Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Chris Davis, and today we're going to talk about the new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet trailer that was released today. So it was released at Worlds VGC 2022, and we saw some really interesting stuff. So let's talk about the new battle items and get those out of the way. So we saw two new battle items for competitive play. We saw the Mirror Herb and the Loaded Dice. So the Mirror Herb, what it does is whenever your opponent does a stat boosting move, Mirror Herb is going to copy it. So that sounds interesting. We have to see if it's actually good. It sounds good in concept, but let's see if it actually works. Now the next one is Loaded Dice. So if you use a multi-hit move like Bullet Seed or Fury Swipes with Loaded Dice, it makes those multi-hit attacks hit more times. So instead of the regular 2, it's going to go up to 3, 4, 5. So those are two interesting items, Mirror Herb and Loaded Dice. Mirror Herb, like I said, it sounds good in concept, but we have to see if it actually works like in the battle. It's practical to use. Loaded Dice, excuse me. Loaded Dice does just sound more practical and more easy to use by just looking at it. Now, another thing that we have to discuss is the Terra Blast. So in the trailer, they had this Tyranitar where you terrestrialized it and it turned ghost and it unleashed a move called Terra Blast. So we have this. So it really gives me this idea of like a Dynamax move or a Gigantamax move or a Z move. It's a special move for a Pokemon that terrestrializes. So it really makes me think of those past battle mechanics where particularly with Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing, you got to use special moves. Now with terrestrializing, you get to use this Terra Blast move. Now, for the last part, and I wanted to say this part for last because it's going to be a little bit longer than the Terra Blast and those new battle items. The new Pokemon that was revealed, Cyclizar. So it's Dragon Normal, and when we watch this trailer, we see all the people riding on it. It really looks like a pre-evolution to Koraidon and Miraidon. Just like I can't think of this name. What is it called? Cosmog. Cosmog with Solgaleo and Lunala and Kubfu with Urshifu. This is looking like a pre-evolution to Koraidon and Miraidon. We see Cyclizar like all over, like people have it, and they even describe it to say it's been living with humans since ancient times, and people are riding on it like a bike, like a motorcycle and stuff. So it really looks like a pre-evolution to Koraidon and Miraidon because those two legendary Pokemon are motorcycles. You can ride on them, except for Koraidon. Apparently, he still uses his arms and legs, even though he has wheels near his tail and on its chest. But Cyclizar really looks like a pre-evolution to them. And I've already watched YouTube videos on other people's thoughts, and other people are thinking the same thing, that it's a pre-evolution to Koraidon and Miraidon, or it could be something like a split evolution to where, depending on the version you choose, your Cyclizar becomes Koraidon having to deal with the past, or choose Violet, it becomes Miraidon dealing with the future, that kind of thing. But it also has this really cool move called Shed Tail. So it's a substitute and it's a baton pass all in one. So instead of taking a quarter of your health, it's going to take half. But I mean, you're making a substitute and you're switching out. So to me, that seems like a really good trade. This game is looking pretty interesting. I don't want everything to be spoiled, but maybe if they could just tell us more about the story and stuff, a little bit more, not everything, just tell us about the story. We know about this gym challenge. We know about the treasure hunt you can go on to. There's supposed to be like a third thing you can do, so I'm wondering what that third thing is. But this game's looking interesting. I've been on the fence about whether I was going to pick it up or not. Well, pick it up the day of. I've been on the fence about that, but I think I will pick it up the day of. I just needed a break, and hopefully like November I'll be good. But I have some friends who are gonna play it, and really like to play with them, really like to trade with them, and all that kind of stuff. So this game is looking very interesting, just from the story aspect. You being able to just open world game. You can play the game any way you want. You can do just the straight gym challenge, you can do the straight treasure hunt, or you can just do all three mixed in together. So this is really interesting. So I have to see whether this Cyclizar is a pre-evolution or if it's something like Diancie. So with Diancie, it's Fairy Rock, but you also have Carbink. It's Fairy Rock too, but it's not a pre-evolution to Diancie. So we have to see the connection between Cyclizar, Koraidon, and Miraidon, whether it's a pre-evolution or it's just related to them, like with Diancie or Carbink. We'll see. So that's all we have for today. If you like what I had to share, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with all your friends, and all of you have a great day.